Good morning, everybody. This is 3333 Lightworker coming to you today for this week's tarot reading from December the 1st through the 7th of 2025. Now, December overall is supposed to be a lucky month for everyone, so that's a good way. Let's start off with that. However, you have some jealous friends and foes living vicariously through you because you have got your life back on the right track, and they like to stay in their old habits and their old woe is me. But you, on the other hand, have taken the reins, and decided to change your life and be a better version of your life because you're tired of this negativity around you all of the time. And so, they don't want that. They don't like the fact that you are probably going to be moving on shortly. I would say, by the end of spring or before spring of 2026. And so it's just time to ignore them and maybe shut them out. Those jealous friends, of course, shut them out a little bit because, your happiness and your health and your prosperity means a lot to you now. And you're going to take care of it. You're going to nurture it. So you need to decide who will be your friends next year and who won't. And that's something to think about. Now, I have before I start the reading, through the entire month of December, I'm offering a 20% off on all of my readings, except for the 3 questions, because that's such a low price anyway. But the yearly reading, which includes all 12 months in 2026, is now 20% off. And also the 6-month reading is also 20% off. And you can find all that information in the description box of the video, it's there for you. So I'm so excited about December because it's supposed to be so lucky for us. And I think that, within the next, I'd say 48 hours or maybe a little longer, but you may find out some good news or somebody contacting you for maybe a career opportunity or a collaboration or something like that. So that's just the starter of December. And I count anything after today, which is the 1st of December, as the 24 to 48 hour thing. So, just know that let's get started with the reading because I'm starting the reading without lifting the cards up here so you can see. Now, the first card we have is a change in the wind. Let me get that without that glare. It's a beautiful day out here in California, just simply beautiful. Now, change in the wind is we just got out of Mercury retrograde. So I want you all to allow a few days, to let all the shadow energy dissipate, okay? And I know you can feel it, a change inside of you. Maybe you woke up with a lot of energy and you're ready to do some chores around the house. I know this because that's what I did. And I feel so good because I got all the things that I've been putting off done. And it's really awesome feeling to have the laundry done, the vacuuming done, I fixed my own vacuum. I cleaned it out and everything, and it looks like it's brand new. I just love it. I'm so happy with myself. But, you can just feel this. There's a change in the air. So don't be fearful and don't allow things, to happen to you because of your friends. Now, your jealous friends don't like to see you being positive and changing your life. They want you to stay like them, in a lower vibration. But no, my listeners here, we all know that we are achieving much more than we ever thought we could because we are feeling our best. We're eating properly. We're taking our vitamins. We're exercising. We're getting those credit card debts down, So you're happy about yourself. And I say continue, okay? So when you do get those blessings start arriving, don't let your friends steal those blessings away from you out of jealousy. Matter of fact, just don't tell them about it. Keep your happiness silent for a while, okay? Until they have already happened and you can move on. Maybe later you can tell them all about your adventure of having this happen to you and that happen to you. because it's already done. But not right now. Right now, you want good things to happen to you, and you deserve it because you've been changing yourself, you've been meditating, praying, and that you're also feeling much better about your opportunities and the thought that life is going to take you into many directions next year. And you're so happy about that because you are so independent. You are so thriving right now. Even your skin is looking better. Your hair is looking better. People are staring at you because you look damn good. Excuse me, Lord, I didn't mean to say that, but you're looking hot. So just know that, okay? Now, our second card here is not for you. Now, that could be an ex-friend trying to come in, like I said before, trying to come in because they have a feeling that maybe something's happening to you, or they haven't seen you online for a while, or whatever, but they don't want you to be happy. Matter of fact, they thrive on you not being happy. And this could be an ex or an ex-friend, or even just a hater, and you don't even need to know them. They could be on social media or something, and they're just not liking you for whatever reason, So don't let that affect you. Just say cancel, clear, delete. I say that even in my dreams. If I feel something eerie going on in my dream life, I'll just say cancel, clear, delete. And I've done this I don't even have to be speaking it. It's just a mental thing, So not for you. It could be a person, a job, a relationship, or maybe if you're wanting to buy something, but the prices are just so, they're just so much that you really don't want to, and you should not want to spend, say, $1,000 for something. Now, you may need it and you may want it, but maybe you can find something at a lesser price, and you'll just be happy with it as it is. So, see, if you're rejected, say you apply for a credit card and you're rejected, that's God's protection. Or you wanted to buy something on Amazon, say, and it's more than you can pay. Just keep on looking at it as maybe the price will go down, and then you'll be able to get it. It's things like that, okay? So just know that God's working on your behalf, and will give you either the same object or thing that you want at a better price. Just when you've given up hope, that's when God comes in, or the angels come in and say, hey, here's a discount, code for this. Go ahead and buy it. It's the timing has to do with a lot of things at this time, because like I said, we just got out of Mercury retrograde, and always in the beginning of Mercury retrograde and at the end, there's always a doozy or always a twist of fate. And so we have to let those shadow energies dissipate before we actually go and purchase things that we need or want or anything like that. So just know something better is arriving soon, and just trust. So do not chase, okay? Because God has your back. I can swear on that, because always when I wanted something and I just give up because I can't find the exact thing that I want, I just give up hope. And 3 days later, God is showing me or presenting me with an offer, and it's even better than the one that I thought, that I couldn't afford, and at the right time, at the right place. So, I'm always saying, thank you, Jesus, always. So don't worry, God's got your back. Now, our next card here is message in a bottle. I like this card because, the seagull is, carrying away that message and making sure that it arrives in the right person's hand. Now, the message in a bottle is always your dreams, your wishes, and your wants. And the seagull is, to me, reflecting, the angels or spirits, that have got your back. And they're going to take that message that you wrote and that you wanted, and you just send it up to the ethers or the universe. They're going to take it and drop it into the right person's hand, place, or thing in order for you to achieve that. It could be a new car. Maybe your car is falling apart and the transmission just gave out, or whatever it is, and you need a car. I'm getting tingles because I've been wanting a new car for a couple of years. But anyway, the angels are going to place that into the right hands, the right people. They get you something, exactly what you need, and you didn't even know it, So I always say, just allow spirits to help you, and especially if you need to move on from a person or place or thing, the spirits, which I always call angels, they want you to be successful in life, and they're sending signs and symbols, and so keep your eyes open and choose the ones that is right for you, like I said earlier, and then if you do get something that you've wanted for a couple of years or even a couple of months, you know, share that blessing as far as your good vibes onto other people, and maybe then the next person will be get something that they wanted and just at the right time and thing. And it's I always say, when you get something or a blessings, you must share that with the next person who's not having a good day, maybe just by talking to them, listening to them, and nodding and agreeing with them or whatever, that you brighten their day, that somebody actually, agrees with them. It's those kind of small things that all you need to do is, carry it on to the next person. So the message in the bottle also, it talks about the synchronicities of communication, okay? Um, So choose the right ones, okay? Choose the right people that you want to work with, and if you have to sign a contract, say you want to be, I'm sending this, not for me, but, say you want to be a movie star and somebody's been watching you online, maybe you have a YouTube channel and you're doing dances or you're a singer or whatever. And somebody now has been watching you for like months, it could be an entire year. And finally they said, okay, I want to bring that person in, meet them, and then give them a contract. But read those contracts word for word, and or if not you, then get a lawyer, okay, and have the lawyer look at it to make sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, if you know what I mean. You don't want to be ripped off by people coming in, especially during the holidays, because there's always scammers and people, wanting to take and not give. So you just need to be careful on that, okay? So our next card, if I can get my nails are getting so long here, it's into the sea. See that person, that woman is just sitting in that boat right there, just calm, effortlessly, reading a book probably, or just thinking about life and everything like that. So into the sea is, it just means it's time to go with the flow. All the things that you want will come to you in divine timing. I've been saying this for years and years. Anybody who will listen to me. When you stop trying to make things happen and you just go with the flow, and it just happens naturally and it at the right time. So I've learned myself, it's just to back away from my wants and needs. I'll send them out to the universe, but I just allow them, to happen to me. Because you will get them, and at the right time with the right people, instead of forcing things and then end up maybe at the wrong place or the wrong company to work for, or whatever. So just keep, just say your prosperity mantras, your affirmations, just, take a nap, read a book, watch a movie, and I watched last night on Thanksgiving when I came home from my family, for the aunts and uncles. Oh, it was a large party. But anyway, I just watched Die Hard 2. I swear that they say it's not a Christmas movie, but it is, because it's during Christmas when, Bruce Willis saves the day, and it's just, it's such I've seen it maybe 3 or 4 times, but I saw it again. And I've just kept on smiling because it just reminds me of days gone by when things were a little bit easier on most of everybody, all America, all the, the world and everything. So, and it can happen again. We just have to have the faith. Okay. So the next card we have is, yes, get that glare, I tell you, it's so sunny. A new life. Now this is a great card because if you've been watching all the different cards, it's all leading up to this last row here. We've got milk and honey. We've got, serendipity, so we've got some excellent cards here on the bottom. So this first one here is, Let me get this guy. A new life. So much on my mind, so many things I want to share with you. But anyway, a new life is just a breath of fresh air. Positivity is moving forward from you, or not forward from you, but forward to you now until next spring. And next spring starts in, what is that, in March, I believe? Or, yeah, March or April. You know, so just from now until the next, what is that, 4 months or something, which is, as any adult or any person will tell you, that time just flows so fast these days that spring is just going to be here before we all know it. So before then, write any of your new ideas down, okay? Write any things that you want to meet. Just put it out there to the universe. Say, I want to meet Brad Pitt, just for the sake of whatever. Um, I want the younger version of Brad Pitt. But anyway, um, so just smile and accept any money that comes to your way. Maybe somebody's going to gift you some money for Christmas. Wouldn't that be nice for all of us? But, in this month, just be grateful for what you do have, and the universe or spirit or angels or God, whoever, will be so grateful to put money in your hands. You can pay off some bills. You can actually still have a great Christmas, okay? So just learn from others who are more experienced in whatever you're trying to achieve. Maybe it's coding. Maybe you want to be a nurse, or maybe you're studying to be a lawyer or a doctor or an Indian chief. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. Be grateful to learn from somebody more experienced, willing to mentor you. And you'll be so glad you did. Life is very short, as we all know, and things can happen in a split second. So grab those opportunities when they appear. Okay. Our next card here is milk and honey. That's a wonderful card. That's the luck and the rainbow. It's like, I want to say again, what is it? March 17th, is it? When it's what is that lucky day? I can't even think of it. But anyway, so I just like this thing. When you see the thing here and the pot of gold and the luck figures around there, it's just, this is an excellent day. Whenever this happens this week, this is an excellent day for everybody. Money is arriving, okay? So be humble, but altruistic. Be authentic in your when you say thank you. Be authentic in that. Mean it, okay? So, and count your blessings, because all your needs are now being met. So be grateful, and God is watching everything you do and how you handle such occasions when you have money coming to you, and what you're going to do with it. Because it's sometimes God or the angels give us tests. And if we say you get $1,000 and you spend it all on stuff for yourself for Christmas, is that right? Shouldn't you maybe you give $10 to a homeless person so they can buy some food. Or maybe you go buy a bag of groceries and you see somebody suffering or walking aimlessly, on the streets or something. Give them that bag of groceries. Just be, it's count your blessings. That's all I'm trying to say. Help somebody out, who's going through a tough time. And God sees everything that we do. And He's expecting you to do something nice for somebody else. But don't want anything in return. You're just doing it because it's the right thing to do. Okay? Just see the world as a bountiful place and just help somebody who needs it, because we've all been there before, when we didn't know when our next dollar would come around, when we didn't know how we're going to feed the pets because we had to pay the rent, and those type of things. So just understand that, okay? Thank you guys for that. I get all my rants here sometimes, but it's just trying to put a point across. Don't you just love this card? Look at that, serendipity. I love that. By the way, this is the Wisdom of Oracle deck by, what is her name? I can't think of her name right now. But anyway, Serendipity has many happy opportunities coming. And luck is here for you. Each and every one of you who watches this video, when you see these cards, something magical will happen to you. You're going to be aligned with either good health, a new career, a home, a new car, or etc. Maybe you're going to find the love of your life, and it'll be when you're out of your element. When you don't expect it. When you're out with a group of friends, and then all of a sudden y'all decide to go have a drink in a nice, happy, very successful bar or place. Everybody's laughing, all of that, and then all of a sudden you lock eyes with some gorgeous guy sitting across the way. He's there with his pals, and then as luck would have it, he comes over and introduces himself, and the rest, as we say, is kismet. So don't think that it won't happen, because it will. Okay, so Spirit is working on all of our behalfs, because they're placing you, like I just said, in front of the right person at the right time. And this person is probably somebody in the business that you want to be in. Isn't that serendipitous? Because he's the exact person that you've been craving for, or somebody that'll give you that in, because they know the right people to make contact for you, so you can do whatever your job or desires or fantasies are. Like getting the job in a movie. Maybe you want to be a set designer. Maybe you want to be a costume designer. Maybe you just want to do the art for the background sets and all that. And this guy, whoever he is, can give you a couple of names and put a good word for you, and the rest is, history. And our last card for this week, and I'm sure that this whole week here is going to be a fast-paced week too. So this is Happy Happy. Now, Happy Happy is also ending the week with smiles on your face. Okay, you're now feeling that fulfillment in the most auspicious way. A long relief, or a blessed good health, a career, savings account. You're just in the how the roll of the dice. It always comes up winning hand for you. And be blessed about that. Thank God for all these blessings that you're going to achieve this week, because some angel is watching over for you, over your head, and making sure that you get all the things that you need this month in December, because they've seen the struggles, they've seen your successes, and they've seen you cry at night when nobody else is looking. So say thank you when these blessings happen to you this week, and make sure that you always give thanks to the people in the universe, which I call God, Jesus, Mother Mary, and all of the angels. So if you like these videos, could you please give me a thumbs up and subscribe? It would make me happy. Or you can buy me a coffee. The link is below. Or you can order one of my readings for you. It could be a good. I just thought of this. It could be a good stocking stuffer if you want to buy it for a family or a friend of yours, or as well as yourself. So until next time, this is 3333 Lightworker.